Good morning, friends. Namaste to all. Suprabhat to everyone. We are in the series of medical review of Bhagavad Gita. So, in this, we are reviewing Bhagavad Gita 700 sutras with the medical aspect. So, in this series, we covered almost the spiritual anatomy and physiology of the body according to Bhagavad Gita. After that, causes of the diseases, which is described in the root causes or the seed causes of the diseases, few genetical causes, few atmospheric causes, few karmic causes also, because of which the disease get or the adhi or the stress get manifested into the vyadhi, that is a disease. Of course, it is a very long-term process. It is not just a matter of few days or few months. So, few diseases are chronic diseases, few diseases are acute diseases. So, according to that, today we will discuss. We discuss that the adhi or the stress is a seed cause of all the diseases. Okay, or the karmas are the seed cause of the diseases. So, and how it explored to the diseases. So, let's in this presentation let's discuss more about this adhi. Okay, adhi is mentioned in a different terminology in the Bhagavad Gita. So, stress and its solutions in the Bhagavad Gita. So, today we will discuss on this topic. So, these are few bullet points. We will overcome the Adhija Vyadhi or the chronic lifestyle oriented diseases or lifestyle generated diseases. The root cause of the Adhi or this, that is the stress. Okay, what is the root cause of all these mental disturbances or the stress? Solutions for this adhi. Okay, adhi is a Sanskrit word for we can compare to the stress or something of mental disturbances. Stepwise techniques to overcome this adhi. Okay, so that vyadhi, that is a disease, also can be controlled. Three ways to overcome the adhi. Best tool to overcome the adhi, and that is the shraddha, faith, unconditional, undevoted, complete devotion, unconditional devotion. Practical tips for nimitta matra bhava, that how to get this nimitta matra bhava or a kind of a mental possession, which is a mindfulness through day-to-day activity, because it is always difficult to remember all this intellectual knowledge. So what we should do, that we can practically apply all these messages of the Bhagavad Gita. So let's start with the adhija vyadhi. So before discussing or before going for the sutras in Bhagavad Gita, which is related to Adhi, let's have some background about the Adhi, okay? Because we should know how mental disturbance get manifested into the physical disturbances or physical diseases or physical disorders or abnormalities. So first of all, let us explore what is a Adhija Vyadhi, okay, or which is nowadays called as a chronic lifestyle diseases. Okay, so yoga philosophy or yoga darshan tells that there are two kinds of Vyadhi. Vyadhi means bodily or physical disorders, abnormalities, elements. With these are of two types: Adhija and Anadhija. Okay, so Vyadhi is a Sanskrit word. Adhi is also a Sanskrit word. Adhija means the diseases which are stress borne or which are actually get manifested as a result of adhi. Okay, and anadhija means external factors induced diseases. There are so many diseases like accident, or there are so many abnormalities or physical illness, physical ailments the people are facing because of accidents, because of insects bite, earthquakes, or maybe natural calamities, or some kind of infections, anything. So these are the anadhija vyadhi, which are not born due to the adhi. Okay, so there are wide varieties of the range of anadhija vyadhi. In anadhija vyadhi, the root cause will be always external factors. Okay, and in adhija vyadhi, the root cause will be always the mental disturbances. Okay, so what we can say in the physical disorders or in the vyadhi, almost 10 to 15% diseases or disorders are anadhija, and 80 to 85% disturbances or the physical abnormalities or disorders are because of the adhi. So this is a ratio of the adhija and anadhija vyadhi. So in Adhija Vyadhi, there are again two types of Vyadhi. Okay, first one is the Saraja, and next one is the Samanyacha. Okay, Saraja means let's explore first Samanyacha. Samanyacha means psychosomatic disorders. Okay, in this birth, I might have undergone some kind of a Vyadhi, sorry, some kind of a Adhi for last 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, some kind of mental disturbances continuously I am going through or I'm passing through that state. So that is called as a psychosomatic illness. Okay, that is called as a Samanyaja Vyadhi. Okay, or Samanyaja diseases. So there are a lot of diseases like that, or cardiovascular disorders, gastric disorders, hypertension, obesity, and its consequences. A lot of diseases. Okay, so these are the Samanya Vyadhi. Samanya means common or psychosomatic illness or psychosomatic disorders. And few diseases, okay, few diseases are Saraja. Saraja means very basic, fundamental, or which are hidden, which are subtler, okay, which the root of which diseases you can trace up to the past births also. Okay, so few of the Adhi get manifested in current birth in the form of psychosomatic illness, but still few Adhi can get continued from one birth to another birth. That is called as a Saraja Vyadhi. Ayurveda supports this statement that Adhi or the mental disturbances or the stress get carried in the next birth, and we find that few diseases, the root cause of few diseases is lying or it can be traced up to the last birth. So that is a Saraja Vyadhi. Okay, we are observing that 1 year old baby or maybe 6 months year old baby, they are also having lot of illness, or they get birth with some abnormal or damaged organs. So there is no Adhi found in this birth. Okay, so this Adhi or the reason is found in the last birth. Okay, so all congenital diseases, okay, all pediatric major diseases, okay, like blood cancer and so many diseases, or maybe like Down syndrome, autistic disorders. So these the root cause of this is Adhi, which is lying in the last birth. Okay, it is not it is impractical that 1 year old baby have lot of Adhi, lot of mental disturbances, and he is ending in the kind of a Vyadhi. So these are the root cause or the seed cause of all these diseases are lying in the past birth. So that is a Saraja Vyadhi. So Adhi get manifested in the form of diseases in this birth also, and some Adhi can get transferred or can get travel to the next birth also. That is a Saraja Vyadhi. Okay, so here we are having the basic background of the diseases according to the yoga philosophy or yoga physiology. Let's see how this Adhi get manifested in the form of diseases or Vyadhi. First of all, Adhi get created according to the yoga physiology of the diseases. Adhi get created in the Manomay Kosha. We know that we exist at 5 different levels of the existence. That is a Annamay Kosha, that is a physical body, Pranamay Kosha, energy body, Manomay Kosha, mind or psychological existence, Vijnanamay Kosha, that is intellectual existence, and Anandamay Kosha, that is a spiritual existence. So first of all, at the Anandamay Kosha, that is at the spirit level or the soul level, and in Vijnanamay Kosha, that is at the intellectual level, there are no disturbances because intellect knows what is right and what is wrong, and what to do and what not to do. So there are no disturbances, there are no abnormalities found at the Anandamay Kosha and Vijnanamay Kosha. But wherever the mind or the psychology arises at that level, the disturbances started because mind has the desires. Okay, there might be something that is the right thing that my intellect or my prajna, my buddhi knows, that I should do this, but I may not want to do that. So this word want comes, this desires comes. So there is a friction, there is a fighting between the intellect and the mind. And that is, this friction is called as a adhi. Sometimes your intellect keep on telling you that you should not do this, okay, or you should do this, you should go and exercise, you should go and help others. So many, so many activities, so many signals, so many messages intellects keep on telling, but we don't want to do that. Okay, so wherever the Vijnanamay kosha, that is the intellect, and Manomay kosha, that is the mind, get in get in the opposite platform, or there is a friction, there is a fighting between the mind and intellect, that creates the mental disturbances. Okay? And that is where the adhi arises, that is where the stress arises. My intellect is saying something and my mind is saying something different. Now what to do? Here we become Arjuna. Okay, sometimes we listen the intellect and sometimes we listen our mind. Okay, but again the mind and intellect are on the different platforms and they are not in collaboration with each other, and the adhi starts. So this adhi is uncontrolled emotions or stress get, and it has excessive speed. Okay, externally the person may feel that he's a quite calm and cool and stable person, but internal this fight is going on in its internal mind, maybe at not at conscious mind, maybe at subconscious mind, maybe in unconscious mind. Okay, so this internal fight is having excessive speed, and that is something called as a adhi. It disturbs the prana. Okay, this adhi or this excessive speed of stress or this disturbances, because our all koshas are mingled with each other. Okay, they are not different, they are interconnected. So as the Manomay kosha or at mind level, adhi gets created that disturbs the flow of prana at the Pranamay kosha level. At energy level body, the prana is having a continuous and uniform circulation throughout the body. But when this kind of internal fights, maybe in the form of guilt, maybe in the form of some disturbances, maybe some psychological knots, according to Sigmund Freud, all these mental disturbances disturbs the pranic circulation, that disturbs the flow of prana. It causes or it leads to the irregular or ununiform circulation of the prana throughout the body. Maybe at some part of the body, my organs, the prana will be less. In some part of the organs or body, the prana circulation will be more. So this is the cause of the irregular or ununiform circulation of the prana. And once the organs or the body or the system or the body parts is getting irregular circulation or irregular supply of the prana, that will cause the dysfunctioning of that organs. Okay, or that is also for longer duration of time. Okay, these are all the Samanyajavadi psychosomatic illness are the chronic diseases, chronic lifestyle distress. It is, this situation is not, or these circumstances are not for just few days or few months. These are for longer duration of time. Okay, maybe for 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 years, something like that. So this internal fight is continuing in the person for a longer duration of time, and that disturbs the normal physiology of the body systems and the body organs, and even the body metabolism also. And that is something called as a disturbances in the Annamaya kosha. After a few years or after some time, that leads to the manifestation of the diseases. The liver get damaged, or some a coronary artery get the blockages. There is a increased level of high HDL, or increased level of LDL, decreased level of HDL. No, cholesterol gets increased, triglycerides get increased. Okay, so all these kinds of varieties, or there may be degenerative changes in the knee joint or in the vertebral joints. So many diseases. Okay, so depending on the which body part or which body organ is getting irregular supply of the prana, that body organs start getting deterioration. Okay, or start getting some kind of a abnormal physiology, some problems or some abnormal functioning of that body part starts getting manifestation. and that leads to the diseases. Okay, so when symptoms arises in the psychosomatic illness, the cause it has not started just few months or few days back. It has a long history. If you'll find out the stress history of a person, it will have almost more than 5 years. Okay, so in this way, wherever the adhi or the mental disturbances get created, okay, in that disturbs the pranamaya kosha or that disturbs the flow of prana, it leads to the disturbances in the normal physiology or metabolism of the body, and then it leads to the diseases, or it leads to some signs and symptoms of the diseases, depending on whichever the body organ is in a weaker position, because each and every body has some weak points. Okay, has some less developed or weak systems. Someone's circulatory system may be weaker, someone's digestive system may be weaker. So depending on the person's weaker system, this adhi get manifested in that diseases, that kind of diseases. So this was a background that how adhi leads to the vyadhi. So this vyadhi, these are adhij vyadhi, and few vyadhis are anadhij vyadhi, okay, that are not due to all these kinds of mental disturbances. For example, accidents, infections, any kinds of problems because of natural calamities. Okay, these are just these are having very in instant causes, but we are more worried, but the contribution of this kind of anadhij vyadhi is less. They are only 10 to 15% found. So we will concentrate on the adhij vyadhi more, which is the contribution of the or the prevalence of that vyadhi is more. So in this way, adhi get created into the vyadhi. So let's go back to our topic, that is the adhi in Bhagavad Gita. So what is the root cause of adhi? Okay, in Bhagavad Gita, first chapter, 45th sutra says that aho badamahat papam kartum vyavasita vayam yatracha sukhalobhena hantum swajanam uddataha. Okay, here in this sutra, so this is a first saying or message told by Arjuna to the Sri Krishna. See, I can't fight. What are you asking me? You are asking me, you are preparing me for the fight, and now I can't fight. Why I should destroy my own family just for the sake of, or just for the desire of the kingdom, or just for to fulfill my desires? You are asking, or I am going to kill my own family or my own gurus. I don't want to fight now, and I am confused. You throughout the life you have been telling us that fight, we have to win over the all these negative energies, and now I don't know what to do, whether I should fight, because my mind is or my intellect is saying yes, you have to fight, and my mind is saying how I will kill my own people. Okay, so there are two directions now in front of Arjuna. Okay, so he is saying I am pushed to commit a big sin. So he is thinking, or his mind is telling him, his mind is he is having that kind of mindset he was having, that I am pushed to commit a big sin. See, this situation must have arisen in our lives, or it arises in each and everyone's life at one point of time in the life. Okay, so what to do, whether or what not to do. Okay, so we get stuck in this kind of conflictions, where we have two directions. When where our mind is saying something, our intellect is saying something. Arjuna's intellect was knowing that he has to fight and he has to kill all the negative energies in that battlefield, but his at the same time his mind was not allowing him to fight. So that is why he is saying that aho pada mahat papam, sin. He's thinking that he was thinking that fighting and killing my own people is some kind of a sin. Pada mahat papam. So I'm pushed to commit a big sin. So now this sins, the concept of this sin depends on the conception right and wrong, which has been nourished, which has been developed in a person from his childhood. Okay, each and every person is born and brought up with some concepts of righteousness and wrongness. and that depends on its intellectual pattern, that depends on his parenting, that depends on his family background. Okay, so according to that, he keeps on deciding that what is right and what is wrong, what is good thing and what is a sin. Okay, that depends, it is very dynamic. Okay, it depends on the different cultures in the different part of the world. So here Arjuna is saying that I am pushed to commit a big sin. Okay, so why he is saying that this is a sin? That the reason he is giving yadraja sukhalopena hantum swajana uddataha, for the sake of kingdom, for the enjoyment of kingdom, or for the sake of fulfillment of desires, I am killing my own people. Okay, so this is something, this was a concept or in his mind, that self killing according to the concepts of his righteousness and his wrongness. Okay, so he was supposed he was thinking that he is doing a self destruction. Okay, so in this way Arjuna was caught in two directions. First direction was that whether he has to fight and kill the relatives, and then he was thinking that fighting and killing the relatives is not something good. I'm not going to do a good sin, I'm not going to do a kind of a good karma, that is a sin. So this guilt he might be carrying, he was aware that I am going to carry this guilt, or maybe in the next future he will have guilt that I killed my own relatives. Okay, so this was a guilt. We, so many times we also have a lot of guilts. No, when we see or when we interrogate our past, we think that I should not have done that thing, or I should, the things could have been handled in a different way by me. Okay, so all major minor, each and every person have this kind of major and minor guilts in his life. Okay, so this is something called as a first direction, that fighting or killing relatives and getting guilt of that. So Arjuna was stuck in this one direction. The second direction is that he was having the option to leave the battle. Okay, but at the same time he was having the fear of akarma also, that as a warrior fighting the battle and killing the negative energies is my karma, is my duty. Okay, so if I am living this battle just to avoid the guilt or just to avoid the self destruction, I should live this battle, and that is something called as a I'm not following my duty. Okay, so this is a fear of a karma that he was having, that I am not following the my duty also. So now what to do? So we also get stuck in these situations so many times, that our duty is saying something to us, our mind is afraid of something. Okay, so here the adi arises when your sense of duty or when your intellect is saying something, and at the same time your mind or your is saying something, or you are afraid of something. So this friction between the intellect and the mind is called as adi, this fightings. Okay, and this is not something that we face this kind of circumstances only when we are going to start some kind of karma, like Arjuna was starting the battle. Okay, so many times maybe in these two directions we choose one direction. Okay, and we choose that path and we start walking on that path, or we start doing the karma according to that path. But still while walking on that path we may, or some people are quite convinced that this path is good, but after, even after walking on that path, some people are not convinced whether this path is, whether this chosen path is right or wrong. Okay, and this kind of battles or this kind of fightings, this kind of confusions, this kind of situations of dilemma leads to the adi for a longer duration of time. Okay, sometimes it happens that we have committed the karma or the work has been done, and still maybe 1 year back, 2 year back, 5 year back, the work has been done. Okay, the situation has been handled, but till today we are not sure that that karma or that action was needed at that time. Okay, so here like these are the, and this guilt, maybe this kind of unassurance. Okay, unassurance we carry in the future. Okay, and that this is something creates the adhi. This creates the mental disturbances, or whenever we remember that past event or incidents, we that disturbs our mind. Okay, so that this is how the adhi gets created in the human existence, and this kind of adhi arises or keeps staying in a person's mind for a longer duration, and that leads to the vyadhi. Okay, so here I will end this recordings, and let's see the solution, how to handle these problems or how to handle these kind of adhis, just to avoid the many manifestations of the vyadhi or diseases in the future. That we'll discuss in the next recordings or next session. Thank you very much.